someone asked me today who my hero was, or who my best friend was, I would have to say my mom. If someone asked me why, I could name a gazillion reasons, but here are just a few. My mom is the kind of mom who's my best friend more than she is my mom. She's never really told me no, you can't do something. That's not to say that she didn't veto some crazy teenage plans that I've had. But for the most part, she's always backed me 100%. She's been that mom that's been at every football game that I ever performed at, every concert, every parade. She supported me when I said that I wanted to go to Japan and teach English. She was also that one mom at graduation that screamed like a buffoon. I've also learned a lot of things from my mom. Over the years, my mom has taught me that life is what you make it. My mom taught me that you have to work hard for the things that you want, but you also have to remember when you can be goofy and have fun. My mom also taught me how to be a good friend. Because of that, I think I've made some of the world's greatest friends. I owe a lot of my life accomplishments to my mom. All of the things that she says she's proud of me for, I couldn't have done if she hadn't supported me or gave me the knowledge or the strength to do. Because of that, I feel like she is the most important person in my life.
Who is the most important person in your life?
Well, both of my parents and my grandmother, especially my grandma.
Can you tell me about her?
She's a good woman. She'd give you the shirt off of her back. Anybody that needed help, she would help you, no matter if she could or not. You know.
What was the happiest moment of your life?
The happiest moment of my life was when I was pregnant with you, and when I graduated college.
What about the saddest?
The saddest was when I lost my brother, and when I lost my boss, which I considered my best friend.
What are you proudest of in your life?
I'm mostly proud of you, and I'm proud of myself for making it through college.
How has your life been different than you imagined?
Well, I guess when you're a kid, you have this fairy tale that you're going to marry your Prince Charming and you're going to live happily ever after, and life don't always work out the way you think it does, or should.
How was your relationship with your parents?
I had a good relationship with my parents. They were strict and all that good stuff, but
How would you describe your childhood?
I had a happy childhood up until when my parents split, and that was kind of difficult because I was away from my brother and from my grandmother and stuff. But once I adjusted, it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be.
When you were a child, what drove you crazy about your parents?
But they always had to know where I was at. If I was going to this person's house, well, if I called them, you better be there, because if not, you're really going to be in trouble. And our chores, I guess, because they were sticklers on doing your chores.
What drove you crazy about your brother?
He was an aggravator, and he was constantly picking. And he always cheated at every game that we ever played.
Did you have a childhood nemesis?
No, not really. I pretty much got along with everybody, because that was what my grandmother told me. You treat people the way you want to be treated, and that's kind of how I've always been.
Who's been the biggest influence in your life?
I would have to say my grandmother.
Wow.
I don't know, she was just a good person. She just had a big heart, and she was just an awesome person. I always thought, if I could be half the woman that she was, or is, then I've done something right in my life.
Who's been the most supportive of you?
I would have to say my mom. My mom, she always backed me up pretty much whatever I wanted to do. She was all, well, you could do that. She always encouraged me.
How did you feel when you found out you were pregnant?
Well, at first I was scared to death, you know, thinking, well, gosh, am I going to be able to take care of you? And, you know, the main thing went through my mind was you going to be embarrassed of me because I was your mom?
Why would I have been embarrassed because you're my mom?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just me, you know. I'm thinking, you know, what if you're embarrassed that I am your mom, you know? I don't know. You know.
Were you afraid of being a mom?
Yeah, it's a big responsibility, you know, and the world is not a safe place. It's not a good place like it used to be. And, you know, you worry about what your future is going to be like. And, you know.
Well,
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm good.
Okay. What went through your head when I was born?
Hurry up and get out. No, that I was ready for you, you know, ready for you to see what you look like, to see how you sounded and how you felt, and what kind of personality you was going to have.
Little did you know it'd be just like me, Mom.
Yes.
What's it like being my mom?
It's been fun. You're a good kid. I had to, you know, I've not been strict on you. I mean, I am to a certain extent, but you're a mature person. You're responsible, and I didn't feel like I had to be, you know, as strict on you as I guess some parents would be on their kids. You know, I've always thought of you as my friend more than, I guess, my daughter.
What are your dreams for me?
My dreams for you is that you succeed at everything that you want to do. I want you to get a good education so you can stand on your own 2 feet. You know, maybe you will find your Prince Charming, which I hope you do, but you know, there's no guarantees in life, and there's no better feeling for a woman to know that if something happens, that you can take care of yourself. You know, if you have kids, you can take care of yourself and for your kids. And that's what I want. I want you to be happy, and I want you to make the most out of your life. Just grab it and run with it.
Do you have any worries about my future?
Yeah, I worry about, you know, when you graduate from school, you know, or is there going to be a job out there for you? You know, and the world is getting so cruel, you know. I mean, I worry about when you have grandkids. You know, what kind of life are they going to have, you know, put up with other people and things like that.
Why have you been so supportive of me?
Because you're a good kid, you got a good level head on your shoulder, and you make good decisions. And, you know, just because I want you to be a doctor or a lawyer, you know, I had to realize that it was your life and it's your dream, and that I had to step back and let you make those decisions for yourself, that I couldn't make them for you. So,
Is it hard for you to support any of my decisions?
well, right now, the one where you're wanting to go to Japan, that's a little hard to support, but I mean, I know that, you know, by that time you're going to be 19, 20 years old. I can't stop you from going, and in a way, I do want you to go, but I just worry, you know, that you'll get over there and something will happen to you, and I'll be like the Taken movie. I'll have to come over there and try to find you or whatever. You know, that's always your fear. You know, that something's going to happen to you.
What do you think about my decisions?
Well, I think you have a good plan. I mean, you know what you're going to, you know, do with your choices that you've made. I mean, you know, you want to be an interpreter or you want to be a teacher. You know, I think that you'll do that, and I think one day you'll write a book. I think you'll you'll be an author of some type.
What kind of book do you think I'm gonna write?
Probably be a science fiction.
Because I'm a nerd, right?
Yeah, well, not necessarily a nerd, but you know.